Hello, everybody. Welcome. I'm Scott Groginski, Deputy Secretary of the New Mexico Department of Workforce Solutions, DWS. Thank you all for joining us today, and thank you to NewSpace Nexus for hosting us. Today, we'll be making a momentous announcement about an array of new work-based learning programs, and we are very excited. In a few minutes, you'll be hearing from the leaders of these programs who won contracts to develop them, and you'll also hear from DWS Secretary Sarita Nair about the important impacts of these advancements on New Mexico. I'd like to express our department's thanks to the contract awardees for developing and proposing such innovative and helpful ideas for these programs. Your efforts will significantly benefit our state. I'd like to recognize Martina Sidibaca of the Lieutenant Governor Howie Morales' office, and thank you for being here. I also want to thank the DWS team who conceptualized and developed this grant and contract opportunity and who are administering them. Our first speaker today is the Cabinet Secretary of the New Mexico Department of Workforce Solutions, Sarita Nair.
Thank you to Deputy Secretary Scott Groginski. Thanks to all of you for being here. There's so many of our great team members here, and including a lot of our friends from the Central New Mexico Workforce Connection Center. So welcome to all of you, and I want to especially recognize Alessandra Barbiero, who is the program manager of this sort of complex program and has done a great job bringing us all together. So I thought I'd kind of zoom out to the big picture of how we ended up on this day. It started when we launched the Pre-apprenticeship Program, or Pre-apprenticeship Opportunity Program as we call it now, POP. Back in 2023, we used ARPA dollars to start a very unique work-based learning program that enabled the youth to work actually for our department, for the state of New Mexico, and then be placed with specific employers and engage in their work-based learning opportunity. What this did was it lowered a lot of barriers for employers, because we would hear from employers bringing an intern on and then having workers' comp and then having payroll and HR onboarding. This is too complicated for 10 weeks of work-based learning. We can't do it, especially in industries like construction. And so this program lowered those barriers, but it also coupled all of our participants with career counselors, some of whom we have here in the room today, to answer those questions that they might be too shy to ask of their bosses. And then also giving them some of those basic skills like entering their time card into the state's wonderful share system. And then also tools like financial literacy training, so that when they get that first paycheck, first of all, they understand why it might not be the math that they did in their head, but then they also know how to set a little bit aside so that they don't just go out and buy that fancy new thing with that first paycheck. So that all happened in 2023, which was also the year that we embarked on the WEO Estate Plan. So this was our state plan for the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act, with all of our WEOA partners, including our local workforce development boards, vocational rehabilitation, all of our great friends at Title II, adult education, and we identified some priority sectors, and those included advanced manufacturing, clean energy and climate-ready professions, aerospace, broadband, and STEM. And so those became our priorities for all of our work throughout the workforce system for the next 3 to 4 years. And we also know that since the governor's been in office, she has emphasized apprenticeship as one of the most important tools, not just for growing the workforce in our industry, but for giving people strong careers. And also for employers, there's about a 90% retention rate in apprenticeship programs. So we know this is an excellent pipeline for all of our employers. So that gets us through to 2023. Then 2024, we just hit the accelerator on all these initiatives. We applied and received the federal grant for the state apprenticeship expansion formula, SAFE we call it. We got both the formula portion and the competitive portion, which was $5.9 million over 3 years to expand pre-apprenticeship and apprenticeship in the areas of clean energy infrastructure and broadband. We called that program Building, Energizing, and Connecting Through Apprenticeships, or we call it BECA. And so that all happened, and we also, at the legislature and the governor worked together to create the Workforce Development Training and Apprenticeship Fund, which set aside $30 million to boost funding towards apprenticeships. We also got some sustained GROW money for pre-apprenticeship, $600,000 a year for 3 years. And we increased our registered apprenticeship process because our team from the State Apprenticeship Office became just really efficient at reviewing all those applications, but also really put the pedal to the metal in terms of technical assistance so people could get through that registration process quickly. We also launched the Be Proud program. We have some folks from our team they're here, and we started traveling all around the state and exposing young people to careers in infrastructure and healthcare. And then also, still in 2024, we committed to the U.S. Climate Alliance sort of commitment to, across 25 states, to train 1 million new apprentices in climate-ready and infrastructure jobs in the next few years. And so, that's not us by ourselves, but we committed to doing our part, and part of that was because Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham was chair of the U.S. Climate Alliance. And to show her added support for these efforts, she delivered Executive Order 2024-152, which requires all of the departments all across the state to work together on all the workforce opportunities related to climate-ready and infrastructure activities. We also started to see the success of one of our more unique pre-apprenticeship programs, or POPs, which was the MC3 program, the 3 master crafts, which had a unique combination of being an actual program rather than just placement with an employer, and the students get 120 hours of classroom and then 280 hours of on-the-job training, and at the end they are ready to embark on an apprenticeship. So we looked at that and we said, we need more formal pre-apprenticeship programs. Let's use the opportunity of the SAFE grant and the BECA program to encourage folks to build some new formal pre-apprenticeship programs, and that is what we are announcing today. This was a great RFP process, and our awardees are just hitting all the right industries, so we're so excited. We've got semiconductor manufacturing right here from NewSpace Nexus in this wonderful space that we're standing in today. Carpentry from Northern New Mexico College. We have construction from both Associated General Contractors and Associated Builders and Contractors, who have been great apprenticeship programs for many years. And then in our partnerships with Santa Fe Community College, we'll be building out pre-apprenticeships with Broadband and clean energy. And then a relatively new partner with us is STEM Boomerang, which is going to be working on pre-apprenticeship program for high performance computing. So with that, I think we're going to turn it over. Scott's going to be our MC as we hear a little bit about each of these programs, but just wanted to thank you all and all that everybody in this room has contributed to that 2-year journey that got us here today. And thank you for being here. Thanks.
Thank you, Secretary Nair. Now we're going to hear more about the key components of these initiatives from the awardees themselves, starting with Santa Fe Community College President Becky Rowley.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having us here. Before I go any further, I want to acknowledge my colleagues, Chris Swadine and Monique Nair. They put this together. I'm standing before you like I did it, but really I didn't do it. So I want to thank, first of all, the New Mexico Department of Workforce Solutions for this important investment in our state's workforce. And on behalf of Santa Fe Community College, I'm honored to celebrate this opportunity to expand high-impact, hands-on training for New Mexicans. Santa Fe Community College is launching 2 new pre-apprenticeship programs through these contracts. One in broadband, I have trouble with that word all the time, infrastructure, and another in residential energy auditing. These programs provide accelerated, career-aligned training that prepares students for in-demand, well-paying jobs. They support statewide efforts, such as broadband expansion and the Energy Transition Act, to improve infrastructure, energy efficiency, and access for New Mexicans. These programs also serve both students new to the workforce and to tradespeople who are looking to upskill. Through these certifications, field experience, and direct employer engagement, students gain real-world knowledge that they can immediately apply. At SFCC, our mission is to empower students and strengthen our community, and this is a perfect example of that in action. We see these programs as the foundation for future registered apprenticeships and deeper collaboration with employers, agencies, and communities across New Mexico. Thank you again to the Department of Workforce Solutions for your partnership, and to everyone here today who is helping to build a stronger, more connected, and more sustainable New Mexico. Thank you.
Thank you, President Rowley. Next, we'll hear from Kathy Steen, Innovation Program Manager of our host, NewSpace Nexus.
Good morning, and thank you to the New Mexico Department of Workforce Solutions for your leadership in preparing a competitive workforce for our state. I'm Kathy Steen, the Innovation Program Manager here at NewSpace Nexus, and welcome to the NewSpace Launchpad, where we unite and ignite the space industry. You're in the heart of Space Valley, where New Mexico delivers the infrastructure, talent, and innovation to keep the U.S. on the cutting edge of the modern space race. But how many students, especially in our rural communities, look up at our clear, dark skies and dream of space without knowing how to access a career that gets them there? That's the challenge NewSpace Nexus is tackling with the Pathways to the Stars, a statewide initiative that works with industry, government, community, and education partners to grow the space workforce talent pipeline. Pathways to the Stars focuses on programming, mentoring, hands-on training, and real career connections from early education to early career. With this contract and the support from Department of Workforce Solutions, NewSpace Nexus will develop the Pathways to the Stars Pre-apprenticeship Program. This program is designed to open doors for students in rural and underserved communities, connecting them to careers in semiconductor and solar manufacturing. These are fast-growing industries critical to New Mexico's role in space innovation. Students in NewSpace Nexus's Pathways to the Stars Pre-apprenticeship program will begin with virtual foundational training and then participate in an in-person summer experience with leading employer partners. One of those partners is Rocket Lab, which manufactures solar panels in Albuquerque that power real missions in space. And as Brad Clevenger, Vice President of Rocket Lab Space Systems, put it, the NewSpace Nexus Pathways to the Stars is helping build the skilled workforce needed to power the next generation of space systems starting right here in New Mexico. The NewSpace Nexus Pathways to the Stars Pre-apprenticeship program will include partnerships that remove barriers like limited internet, lack of transportation or summer housing, and access to affordable childcare, so students and their families have the support they need to succeed. At NewSpace Nexus, we believe students who grow up under New Mexico's stars should know how they can reach them. And through the Pathways to the Stars Pre-apprenticeship program, they'll gain the tools, confidence, and opportunities to do just that. Thank you again to the Department of Workforce Solutions and to all of the NewSpace Nexus partners across education, industry, government, and community. Together, we're helping students see their future, not just in New Mexico, but beyond the stars.
Thank you, Kathy. Our next speaker is Carla Kugler, President and CEO of Associated Builders and Contractors, ABC, New Mexico.
I was nervous I wasn't going to be able to get up from that couch. Oh, thank you guys all. It's wonderful to see you. I want to thank the state. I want to thank NewSpace Nexus for the space. It's wonderful. I've taken a lot of pictures and I'm stealing some stuff. My name is Carla Kugler. I am the president and CEO of Associated Builders and Contractors. We are a national construction trade association that we do cover the state of New Mexico. And we have the largest multi-trade apprenticeship program in the state of New Mexico. We do 6 different trades. We have about 450 apprentices. And apprenticeship works. Right? Apprenticeship is the tried and true gold standard of workforce development and training. Wholeheartedly big supporters of it. But it does have its limitations. And we're excited that the state is giving us the opportunity to expand and go with an all of the above approach to investing in workforce development. When we learned about this, we jumped at the opportunity to be able to expand these opportunities. While we are a statewide association, we have limitations of our own. It's a big state. We have small resources, much like the rest of our state. So this grant gives us the opportunity to go into Las Cruces, an underserved community right now with pre-apprenticeship and apprenticeship opportunities. So we will be going in, we will be working with Las Montañas Charter High School. The city of Las Cruces now has a workforce development directive, and our fellow trade associations down in the Las Cruces area to make those connections. It gives us the ability to go in and help them become self-sustaining in their own community. So we really appreciate this opportunity and the funding. By investing in these initiatives, we're building stronger communities, and we're very proud to be part of this initiative. We're very grateful that we were selected for this, and we're excited to see this through, and we're excited for the opportunities. So thank you.
Thank you, Carla. Now we'll hear from Frank Loera, Director of Career and Technical Education of Northern New Mexico College.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. On behalf of the Northern New Mexico College community and President Hector Balderas, who would love to be here, but was engaged in something else. I want to thank the State of New Mexico Department of Workforce Solutions for this opportunity. This is a great opportunity for the Northern community. We have so many youth over there, underrepresented in many cases, that this program will help represent directly through this Carpentry Pre-apprenticeship Program. We've worked with the Western States Regional Association of Carpenters, the Local 1319, to develop this program, and we're going to continue partnering with them. We're going to have a direct entry into their full apprenticeship program coming out of this. We have work-based learning lined up for our trainees. We want to approach, seniors coming in high school. We want to approach our high school equivalency students we have there. We also run an IET program where we teach trade content to our students there, and they use that content for examples in their literacy and comprehension, to get to pass their high school equivalency exams. So we have a great trade program. I've got to give it to our technical trade chair over there, Mr. Joe Padilla. Journeyman linemen, our instructors are journey people, and they just want to really help the students all they can. So again, that's all I can say is thank you very much for the opportunity. Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. On behalf of the Northern New Mexico College community and President Hector Balderas, who would love to be here, but was engaged in something else. I want to thank the State of New Mexico Department of Workforce Solutions for this opportunity. This is a great opportunity for the Northern community. We have so many so many youth are there, underrepresented in many cases, that this program will help represent directly through this Carpentry Pre-apprenticeship Program. We've worked with the Western States Regional Association of Carpenters, the Local 1319, to develop this program, and we're going to continue partnering with them. We're going to have a direct entry into their full apprenticeship program coming out of this. We have work-based learning lined up for our trainees. We want to approach, seniors coming in high school. We want to approach our high school equivalency students we have there. We also run an IET program where we teach trade content to our students there, and they use that content for examples in their literacy and comprehension, to get to pass their high school equivalency exams. So we have a great trade program. I've got to give it to our technical trade chair over there, Mr. Joe Padilla. Journeyman linemen, our instructors are journey people, and they just want to really help the students all they can. So again, that's all I can say is thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Kelly Remke-Orth, CEO, Associated General Contractors, AGC, New Mexico.
Good morning, and thank you all for joining us. I am Kelly Remke-Orth, Associated General Contractors, New Mexico Statewide Trade Association. I'm their CEO. Heard a lot about how we are all very deeply embedded in workforce development in a variety of ways. AGC is no different. We committed to Charter High School in 2010, and we have one of the largest faculty. Our state and our country's infrastructure is our greatest asset and equally our greatest responsibility. This program focuses on equipping New Mexicans with the foundation and critical skills, the support and industry exposure they need to succeed in both union and non-union registered apprenticeship programs. But I think more importantly, this is about helping individuals, both youth and adults, find their footing, build confidence, and pursue a meaningful path to long-term employment and economic mobility. Rooted in purpose, guided in partnership, and driven by impact. I want to thank everybody for being here today because we are developing an ecosystem of workforce development. We couldn't be happier to get started on launching a very impactful and well-organized pre-apprenticeship program for the commercial construction industry. Thank you.
Kelly. Our last but not least speaker will be Christian Slough, Program Manager at STEM Program.
We're talking about the program itself. I want to first thank NewSpace Nexus for hosting this and congratulate them on their incubator certification, which is one of, I think, 7 here in New Mexico working with the Department of Economic Development. I know that's not what you achieve. So I'm here representing Monica Sandoval-Johnson, who is the CEO of Semiconductor. She unfortunately couldn't be here because she is running a demo day for 10 students, so she was already doing this at work. On behalf of her, we're excited to partner with the Department of Workforce Solutions to launch the first high-performance computer apprenticeship program. So which I want to quote her directly because she's been doing this at work for the past decade, and I'm one individual who's benefited from that. Helping me navigate and break into the tech ecosystem to find a profession, which can be difficult. The Department of Workforce Solutions is empowering us to continue our mission to retain local talent and build a stronger, STEM workforce pipeline for the state. We're proud to help prepare the next generation of STEM professionals and thank the Department of Workforce Solutions for their continued leadership and commitment to growing Mexico's education system. And the work that we're doing here is really making it two-sided, making it easier for students to access and giving them visibility into these types of professions that they may not know. And we're helping make it easier for employers to engage with these students. When we can do both of these things together in parallel, we're going to strengthen our workforce, we're going to strengthen our economy, so we're able to provide more jobs, enable growth